Welcome back. This is Queen ShanShan. Hey, girl. Hey, back with another exciting episode for our podcast, A Broadcast Podcast, with my wonderful co-host, Devin Carba. Hi, Devin.
Hello, Queen ShanShan.
Hello. We have lots to catch up on, lots to discuss, and this is our last episode for the season. So we're gonna have a lot of good topics to talk about. What's going on? What's the tea in 2023?
Juicy tea.
Juicy tea for sure. We're gonna go through about fashion, what we've noticed this year, food, cultural events, social media events. Unfortunately, some politics because, honey, this year has just been
Wait, is there
ridiculous.
that's an entire other culture by itself,
It
right?
is.
Isn't
It
it?
is.
Okay.
It is. I just came back from a wonderful trip to Thailand, so we'll discuss that. It was a women's retreat that I went to Thailand,
Ooh.
and very humbling. It was a sister circle type of opportunity. I met some really, really good, great women, and I'm going to share you what we discovered within ourselves because it's a grounding. It was a self healing trip, and I Thailand is just absolutely wonderful. If you have never been to Thailand, please put that on your bucket list. We're also going to talk about. I had some sad news as well. My dad, his health is drastically changed since we last spoke, and we had some scary moments these last 3 weeks. So we'll talk about that. And I just had a really interesting sad thing we'll talk about as well in regards to my dad. My doctor passed away unexpectedly. So just,
Wow.
and
Okay,
it
so
took me to
we're
an
gonna have
edge.
some uplifting stuff too, right?
Uplifting and, you
We got to
know,
talk about the real. We got to talk real talk,
we're going to
right?
talk
So
some
we're
real
talking the sad
talk
stuff,
because
but
people can
we'll see.
relate,
Yeah, yeah.
especially during the holidays where people are, it doesn't always make the holidays make people happy.
Yeah, it's
We
a
have seasonal
sad time
depression.
for a lot of people,
Yes,
unfortunately.
unfortunately. So, we're real people. We have real things going on in our lives. And I think because of this show, it's so relatable that people are like, oh, Shanna's going through it too. I'm going through it. My friend's going through it. So we'll talk about that. But we'll leave definitely on a high
On a
note.
high note, with a Thai iced tea.
Exactly. Exactly. So we will be right back. And Simeon, take us out on our break. All right, we are back. And Devin, this year has been let's what's a good word to describe 2023 in your opinion?
2023 has been full of surprises, like something around every corner. Like seems like you turn a corner, it's something new, like
Yes.
mysterious.
Mhm.
There's been a lot of negative this year, but there's been a lot of positive, I think, as well. So it's been like a sort of a Gemini year to me. Like
Oh,
it's good. You got it's kind of double faced, right?
okay.
Two
Okay.
different sides, good and bad,
Yes,
and a
absolutely.
lot of things in between. But what do you think?
Well, I'm now 51 years old, and so I'm now past half of a century old, which is insane.
Oh wow.
And with that, I recognize a lot of things about myself and just how I'm reacting. I had full on therapy sessions with my therapist beginning of the year. Then I took a nice long break from
Hmm.
it,
Hmm.
and I restarted my therapy sessions with her. And she's already noticed this interesting change about me and how we were talking about how I'm approaching things. So, there was a time where I would approach things with absolute vigor
Hmm.
without
Like
thinking of
attack it, like you
attack it
attack mode. Okay.
without no hesitation,
Hmm.
and would get me in trouble.
Okay.
Now
So
I'm
not like
noticing,
thinking through like
right, what are the
what
consequences?
are the consequences
Yeah.
of it? Yeah.
What I've noticed this year about myself is that I'm thinking things before I say a yes or a no.
Uh-huh. Right.
Because it's always I wanted to please that other person or please that
Right.
situation without pleasing myself.
Okay.
And then when I've noticed that I'm saying yes or no to a situation, 5 minutes later the consequences may not be good. You know.
Hmm.
So I've noticed that I'm breathing before I make a decision.
You know what that's called?
What is it called?
Growth. Growth. It's called growth.
Is it called
Yeah,
growth?
you've grown. That is a powerful thing to say no to somebody. You know that?
It is very
It's
powerful.
very powerful.
Oh my God, it's so funny. So we'll talk about this again, but there's a lady that we met in Thailand, and she's so cool. I don't tell her name because I don't want to spill her tea, but very, very sweet girl. and she has an issue with saying no to her family.
Right, of course. A lot
And
of
it's
people do.
given her stress.
Hmm.
It's given her a lot of discomfort
Right.
in things. And we'll talk about that more. But saying no is a good thing.
It is a good thing. And it really doesn't mean anything if you say no. It's just like, no, I'm not doing like,
Not interested.
and you'll be surprised the more you say no, people are like,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
I
okay.
think we can't always be the yes woman or
No,
the
you
yes
can't.
man.
It drains you, takes your power away.
Absolutely.
It doesn't give you, it doesn't give you a lot of freedom.
It
You
doesn't.
get overcommitted. It's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's,
I know you like your stuff.
I love myself and I love to say yes because
Yeah.
I'm a people pleasing
Yeah, I
person.
know that.
But I have to make sure Shannon's okay.
You got to
But
protect
why
that.
did it take 51 years to realize that?
We're not on any timeline except our own. So like if that's your journey to like understand that and figure out 51 years later,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Well, speaking of no, um, speaking of no and yes, and if you're guilty or not, what are your thoughts about the Trump indictments that are going on right now?
Okay.
That was the big thing this year because that's never happened. 93 indictments.
I, I don't want to say I'm not paying attention because I'm sort of paying attention. My feeling is that the more indictments that he gets, the more popular he gets.
Mm.
And I don't understand that mentality. I'm not saying that I advocate for that mentality at all, but it's just like it sounds like a cartoon number. Like how can anyone have 91
93
93 indictments? Like that's just feels like
and
it's
getting
made up.
popular and getting
And
popular.
like just it doesn't make any sense,
Hmm.
and I couldn't understand how anybody could vote for somebody that has that stacked against them and has the reputation that he has. But people obviously love that in America
I
because
don't
the
get
numbers are there.
it, but it shows the morale. People's like, oh, we have to have this Christian morale. Well, that's not Christian like, is it?
It's not at all.
You
It's
don't
not.
vote for somebody and pound and say yes to somebody who has an obviously criminal past
Uh-huh.
and and he and has been dividing this country. Speaking of dividing, now Hunter Biden. I don't know why. Why I don't care about Hunter Biden. I don't care about Biden's son.
I know.
Okay, uh,
That the Republicans do.
yeah, it's so dumb. Hunter Biden isn't running for president.
Right.
Um, that he now is indicted as well under federal
Yeah,
tax
I think
evasion
he got
charges.
17 indictments or
Yeah,
I don't know what it was yesterday. But talk about getting to somebody when they're down on their luck, and
right.
I'm not trying to be political or choose sides. I'm trying to be Switzerland in this case, but
Switzerland. It's hard to be
it is
Switzerland
hard
when
to
you
be
have strong
Switzerland.
opinions.
But if he wasn't Hunter Biden, I don't think those charges would ever have been like brought against him. But
Mm.
also he paid his taxes, and also he was struggling with addiction, like in the deep end of addiction. And is it okay to do like make fun of people now that they
I
were
don't think
like
it's
had
okay.
slaying demons and stuff like
I
that?
don't think it's
Look,
okay.
he had a lot of money and he had a big family name and he was in the deep end. He was suffering. Like
Hmm.
he has lost his mom, his
His
brother, and his
brothers.
sister.
Yeah,
Um,
they
you
had a
know,
lot of loss in that family.
they had a lot of loss, and so like, look, he was going through it.
Hmm.
He was dealing with loss, and
But
that's the way he chose to do it. It's not the right way to do it, but that's
what's
what
the
he did.
criminal charges in terms of? I don't understand this whole computer, the laptop thing, the secrets. Whether the secrets passed was an advantage to his father getting voted. I don't understand that. I don't know how it's tailored the story,
I don't
but
either.
we'll find more out.
If you know anything on that, please weigh in. And
Yes.
however you weigh in on the
Did you
show,
did you
how do
watch?
you weigh in on the
I don't know.
show?
It's
How do you?
comments and likes and
Okay, that's it.
give us ideas to talk
I there you
talk
go.
about.
Comments.
But did you watch the Republican debate this week?
I did actually.
And your thoughts on Nikki Haley and Vivek and
Okay.
DeSantis remarks and Chris Christie was on fire.
Slayed. Oh my gosh.
He
Okay,
was on
so
fire.
here's the thing, and I shouldn't be political, but I am. I'm gonna be, and I'm sure you're gonna
It's
get
okay.
like, no, never have him back on the show ever. But I would actually maybe support a Haley Christie ticket like
You
that.
would?
I like it. I like Nikki
You
Haley.
want Haley? You would think Haley would president and then Christie as vice president?
Yeah, because he's kind of
He's
like
so
a.
verbal. I
I
don't
know
know.
but he's kind of like the henchman that you send in to like take care of all dirty work, you know?
He made some really good points.
He
Like,
made
'cause
some
they
great
were
points.
they were attacking her,
Uh-huh.
but she needs to, and not to say that she needs to be attacked, but she needs to be questioned. This is the reason why you have these debates to have to be questioned about what your politics are, what your standings are, and DeSantis is just sinking. He's just what just
It's so
DeSantis.
boring to
He's
me.
so vanilla.
Vanilla
He's so
is
vanilla
he
with no extract.
like no, there's no extract. No, no, no. He didn't even get. I don't even know if it's
With his
vanilla.
damn
It's
cowboy
like
boots.
the or something.
Yeah,
He's just not even like the full
Nilla.
vanilla. It's
He's a
Nella.
Nilla
Yeah,
wafer,
yeah. He's not. He's boring. He's like like when he looks at
and
the
he's
camera,
so
his
fake.
hair never moves. He's got perfect hairspray hair.
Ugh.
It's amazing.
He just needs to drop out like now because he's very unlikable.
And Vivek
Remember,
is like just
remember the
doing
back in the
it.
day. This is how old we are. Dukakis.
Yeah, of
No
course I
one
do.
liked Dukakis, and he was just so blah. He reminds me of a
Blah
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 Dukakis.
blah.
More blah.
Yeah, he was. What was Dukakis, a Republican
He was
or a
Democrat.
Democrat? He was.
Mm-hmm,
Okay,
mm-hmm.
so Vivek
Yes.
Ramaswamy.
How do you say his last name?
Ramaswamy.
Vivek Ramaswamy. He's actually popular with the kiddos.
Of course he
The
is, because
kiddos
he
like
says
him.
all like snarky, like he speaks their language.
Yeah.
You know, just can't. I
But
can't
he's
with him.
really elitist and very just
Can't
like
can't with him. And he's like,
I can't with
and he
him.
says all these things about for the people. Da, da, da. Meanwhile, he went to Harvard, Yale Law School,
Right.
very privileged. You know, no,
No.
I see through that.
I see
Vivek,
you.
I see
I
you,
see you,
Vivek.
Vivek.
See you.
Vivek, you can be on the show. We'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll debate it.
We'll debate it. Okay, Vivek, you're definitely invited on the show. But
Don't be hating on Nikki Haley though. I'll come for you. I'm gonna come after you.
you really like Nikki Haley.
I like Nikki Haley.
What? Okay, so what are your thoughts about Biden actually dropping out? Because there are more whispers about him. He needs to drop out. But who would be the running mate for Democrat at this late in the game?
Okay, so here's the tea I've heard.
Democrat.
Here's what I've heard. I don't
What's
know.
the tea in
and
2023?
don't quote me on this because I cannot remember the Venn diagram exactly. So okay, so something like this. It goes something like this. Okay, so can Biden just resign? I think he can, right? He'd be like, peace.
Has anyone
peace out.
actually resigned in the presidential political history?
I don't know.
Has anyone said, I give up, I'm
sure.
done?
I'm sure there has. Been.
Except for, well, Nixon, he was impeached, and Clinton was impeached, but they still...
Yeah, I think he could just be like, peace. I'm done here. So then Kamala would be president.
Right.
And then she would pick Gavin Newsom
You think Gavin would
to be the vice president, and then she's going to be like, I don't want to do vice. I don't want to be the president. And then he becomes president, and she goes back to California to be like, he appoints her as something in California. I've heard that rattling around. There's something going on with Gavin Newsom, obviously,
Well,
because
he's prepping himself for 2028.
yeah, but is he?
I think so.
Is it 2028 or is it 2024?
I don't think it's. I think it's too early for him. I think it's too early for Gavin. I'm glad he was on the debate with. Did you watch that?
I didn't. We have it.
that
I mean,
was
it's
a
on
joke.
YouTube somewhere, right?
Gavin wiped him.
It just
Wiped
clean the slate.
Wiped the floor with him.
Yeah.
But I don't like to talk about politics on this platform, but it is something that's on people's minds. We have 300 million people in this country, and a lot of things are going to be happening if a Republican president is voted for 2024. A lot of things will be taken away from us. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things will be taken away from us. Democracy is at hand, and but on the flip side, if people vote for a Democrat, people are thinking that we're going to still be in inflation, which
Right.
Biden did not cause this inflation. It's worldwide inflation, people.
Right.
Read a book.
Right. Exactly.
Read the newspapers. It's not U.S. The whole world is fighting inflation issues.
One point of good news: gas prices are coming down.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I haven't noticed since I have an electric
I
car.
know.
Yeah. We in this EV,
At least it's not a Tesla.
Not a Tesla, that's for sure. No, we don't support Elon over here. But that's great.
Yeah, it is. They're coming down.
But they'll be back up during the summertime.
I'm sure. Right back up. Anyway.
Anyways, that's our little split and tea for the politics. I'm not a political diehard person, but I'm also an American citizen. I pay my taxes and I have a voice. And we have things that we are concerned about in the next 4 years. We're going to go back to 2016 and relive this nightmare again. I hope so. I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah.
I hope not.
There's probably half the country that think differently than that.
I know. We all have our opinions, but let's pray that something good will happen, and maybe Trump will be in prison. I don't think he's going to be ever. I don't think he's ever going to set a step in
93.
jail.
No, 93. 93 won't do it. Maybe 100 would do it, but 93 is not going to get it done. 93, and I'm talking about indictments. 93
Indictments,
indictments.
indictments. If I was indicted, I'd be in jail in 2 seconds.
2 seconds. No, no question.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No, but
No.
privilege.
Right.
Anyways, what are you doing for the holidays?
Okay, so my partner and I are heading to Texas to be with
Mm-hmm.
my family. I'm really looking forward to it this year. It's been 3 years since my mom passed away. So,
Mm-hmm.
not that we're ever healed from that, but it's just like now we can. I think we're more in the space now to celebrate her memory. You know what I'm saying? Than being sad about it. So I'm looking forward to being around my brother and my sister, and all their kids and everything like that.
Yeah.
But we're driving there,
You're
so
driving to
yeah, we're
Texas.
driving to Texas. So that should be that's always an adventure.
Yes.
Crossing
Are
four
you bringing the
states.
puppies with you?
We are bringing the puppies
Of course you
puppies
are.
with us. So
Those are the children.
children, we're gonna like break up the trip into probably 2 days. We'll drive to El Paso the first day. That's the halfway point, and then there's still another 12 hours to go across because
Jesus.
like where my sister lives in Texas, it's the last exit basically going before you get into Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah,
So she's
so
way on the other
it's way
side.
on the other side of Texas. Yeah,
Oh
it's the
my
last
goodness.
the last exit before you get to Louisiana.
And this is Danny's a teacher. His partner's a teacher. Is this his last week
Yeah,
for work?
coming up is the last week of work for him, so he's done. I think we're gonna leave on the 21st and
Okay.
get there by the 23rd.
Okay.
But we are there's some family matters. I know we're gonna talk about family matters later. I have my favorite aunt that wants to meet with me and my sister before the holidays begin. I mean, they're already begun, but the 23rd or something like that on some like planning estate issues and stuff like that. So I'm like,
Oh.
and she's young. She's only like 64 or something like that.
Okay.
But she's already, getting it done. She's already like making sure she's got everything planned
Absolutely have
out.
to.
And yeah, so that's important. And I haven't seen my brother and I haven't spent any time with my brother in a while. So it'd be nice to spend time with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he has, we're very different as I've explained to you in the past.
Yes, you are.
But still love him. Just such a great human. I was telling Andrea this the other day. I was like, I never tell anybody this, but my brother used to be like one of my idols because he was so
Really?
successful and is so successful and like very talented and smart
Mm-hmm.
and like so I always wanted to aspire to be him like
Mm-hmm.
that but there were some other things that I didn't want to be like. But yeah, so getting ready to see him, and my sister is basically my best friend. So like it's always we could hang out in a
Yes.
brown paper bag all day and have a blast. So
Well, have a
really
wonderful
looking
time.
forward
You
to
gonna
it.
be out there for the whole 2 weeks, or just a
We
week or
just like a
so?
week or
You're gonna
so. Yeah, we're gonna
wing
play
it.
it by ear.
Good.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm staying local for many things. But my family from my cousins are coming from Oklahoma, so we're doing an Airbnb in LA.
I love it. It's
Yeah,
staycation.
we're doing a little family reunion, and all of us are cooking. We're getting this bomb house we got in Ladera Heights, and
Oh gosh,
it's gonna be
so nice
nice.
up there.
It has a pool. I don't think we're gonna be swimming. It's a
Maybe
little
not.
chilly to
Right.
swim,
Uh huh.
but the point is it has a pool. So I'm just like, hey, man, if you guys want to bring your bathing suit and swim in the cold water, go for it.
Do it.
But we're staying there, and we're all gonna be cooking and just playing games. So it's gonna be like a
Love
good 20 of
that.
us.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
You're
20
like
of us.
it's just 10-minute drive for me.
It's just a 10 minute, yeah. I'm like, oh,
Oh god, it's like I had
it's
to
so
pack so many
much.
bags for this. What am I gonna take?
So I'm looking forward to hang out with the kiddos, the cousins. My other younger cousins are going to come the day before, and they're going to spend the night and hang
Uh-huh.
out. And since my mom passed away, my aunt, which is my mom's sister,
This is your mom's
Peggy.
sister's family. Okay,
She
got it.
really wants. She really has made uh, uh, sound bites and say, let's make sure our family gets together more than ever.
That's really
My other
important.
cousins, Chris and Corey, were like, they've made really. They said we need to get our family together more, not
Yeah.
just for funerals.
Right. Seriously.
No, we can't just meet for funerals.
Uh-uh.
And then
No.
they made a very good point. And my other cousin Autumn and my brother Theron, like we really do want to see our family more than just on sad occasions.
Right.
And more than just also on a holiday. Like let's because like 3 or 4 months ago, Theron hosted a dinner for our family as well, which was nice. It was just a regular evening, and we all cooked and had a potluck, and it was nice. It was August or July this year, so it's we want, one thing we cannot escape is family,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's your blood relatives or it's your extended family.
Mm-hmm.
We have extended family friends as well, but they're always going to have our back.
Right.
We can't
Right.
help who we're born,
Right.
you know,
Right.
our relatives.
We are.
We
We
have
can.
to love them either way. And
Right.
everybody can't get along with everybody, but we at least let's make it an effort to hang out.
Do you go a long time without talking to your cousin,
I
or like,
do.
yeah? But
But
when
it's
you call
not
your
on
cousin,
purpose. It's not on
right?
purpose. It's
Same.
just
But when you call
busy.
her, is it
Hmm.
this cousin
My
particularly?
cousin Autumn, like, she's working a lot. She works in the medical field, so I haven't seen my cousin Autumn for a while. But we text and everything. And my other cousin, her Ashley, it's hard because they have kids and families and sports games and everything.
Right.
And they live in the Inland Empire, and they're far, so it's hard to everyone to get together because we're all busy. We're all
Busy.
busy, so we
Busy.
have to really make an effort saying we're gonna meet on this date and
Right.
spend this night together, and we're going. It's a real push to get us together,
Um,
but it's worth it.
I haven't talked to my cousin Jay. His name's Jay. In a while, and I just called him last night because I was calling him to invite him over to our family's like Christmas gathering. And I mean, it's been like maybe 8 months to a year or something like that we talk. And I just called him randomly last night, and he's Jay is his name, but we call him Bird, Jay Bird.
Hmm.
And I'm like, he picks up, hey, hello, and I'm like, Bird. He's like, Bull. I'm Bull,
You're Bull.
and he's Bird.
Why are you Bull?
Jay Bird. That's my family nickname is Bull.
I didn't know that.
I've been Bull since I was 8 years old.
Why Bull?
Because I was a bull, like aggressive, like bull in a china closet,
Were you really?
roughhouser little kid. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. So my brother and sister always tried to make me mad, and so like then the bull would come out, so they could like see this like raging bull.
The middle child.
Yeah, no, I'm the youngest.
Oh, you're the baby.
I'm the baby.
That's right,
Yeah,
you're the baby.
I'm the baby. So they
Your
would pick
sister's
on
the
me a
middle
lot.
child.
Yeah, my sister's
Okay.
the middle child.
Okay.
So Jay was like Bird. I was like Bull, and I was like, oh, that's a good brand, the Bird and Bull.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, I strike from above, and I was like, I'll take out everybody on the ground.
And he's in Texas as well.
He's in Texas,
Is
yeah.
Are you going to be able to see him during?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I'm hoping because he's my closest and sadly one of my only living cousins.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's 8 months younger than me, so we were born the same year.
Okay.
So we were really close growing up.
Okay.
So he's fun. He's
Okay.
like a I don't know. He's in a band,
Oh
in,
nice.
in Houston, and he sells motorcycles. He's done like that for 30 years. He's that guy.
Okay, very good.
So fun.
Speaking of our, I'm not super Christmassy and nothing like that, but again, the holidays brings people together. When it brings people together, we love to eat.
Seriously.
We love to eat. So we were talking about food for 2023. Have we discovered any new restaurants recipes this year? Because I'm cooking. I'm making a 4-cheese mac and cheese that I created on my own. No guidance, and it's absolutely insanely delicious. I'm making that for the dinner for next weekend, plus some greens, and I'm either going to make a dessert or bring a dessert. What have you found that you love this year for
I
food?
haven't really found if we're defining found as like making a recipe or anything like that. I haven't really found a recipe, but I have this new thing that Andrea like introduced me to last week. She takes this, and I think she took it for somebody too, but she does this dessert thing where you take like 2 pies, okay? You take a pie, you flip it upside down, you mash it up, cut it up into chunks.
Okay.
Okay, not
Like an
puree
apple
stuff.
pie, a
Yeah,
pumpkin pie,
in this
or-
case it was an apple pie and it was a chocolate pie.
And you cut it in
And
chunks.
you chop it up and
Okay.
like it's in
I'm
chunks.
listening.
And then you just take that and you scoop it up and you put it into the little serving cups like this. The little, like
Like a ramekin?
not a ramekin. These were like, hors d'oeuvres that you take around on a tray and
Okay.
send around. Or you can put it on a platter or a tree thing and, for
Okay.
dessert. And people can just take little ouzbouche. Is that the word? Mousebouche?
A mousse bouche?
Mousebouche? Like, there's just little tastes of dessert. So you don't feel like you're getting like
The
a
whole pie.
freaking whole pie. You can have a little,
Do
two
you
or
put
three.
a little whipped cream on top?
Exactly.
Stop it.
Yes, it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I think I'm gonna bake
That's
a pumpkin
cool
pie.
idea. You got to bake a pumpkin.
I'm gonna make a pumpkin pie, and I might maybe do a chocolate. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know the pie selection yet. And then I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to decorate it on a little like pyramid tree and put it in the center of the
And you
table.
just cut little chunks of the pie, and that's their
You
little
don't
dessert.
cut it at all. You spoon it up and you just kind of whip it into
I've
a
never heard this
mush.
before in my life.
Yeah, I hadn't either. It
That's
was
interesting.
next level
Really?
and impactful because you're like, what is this? It's like dessert. Like 2 or 3 bites and you're
And
done.
you're
Move on.
done.
Get you another one.
Right on.
Get you another one.
Right on. So everyone's bringing food, and we love to eat. This is
Mm-hmm.
the Edwards family. This is my
Right.
grandmother's family. So everyone loves to eat. So we have a text thread of who's bringing who and who's bringing what.
Okay.
And this it's going to be a monstrous night of food. And we're going to play games. I got some surprises for the kiddos.
Love
So
it.
we're going to be playing this new game I saw on TikTok that has to deal with some prizes and some cups. So I'm going to bring that there. And we're going to play left, center, right, which is fun.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so it'll be a fun night. It'll be a fun weekend. Terms of we're going to talk about fashion in another
Uh-huh.
segment soon, but you were talking about the Balenciaga fashion show. So we'll talk about that, and you're the because that was here in L.A. in Hancock Park, right?
Hancock Park, yes.
And nothing but celebs were the models.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely we're going to talk about that. But since this year is coming to an end, what is it that you look forward to in 2024?
Okay, I'll tell you that. But is it just me, or did 2023
It's a blink.
a blink?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's getting older or whatever, but it feels like this year it was really like
Mm-hmm.
gone. It was gone. Like
it was
poof.
gone. It was gone.
So, but anyway, so I'm sure 2024 is going to be even more so. 2024 is going to be the year of prosperity, like
pray and
the
hope,
prosperous
please.
year of I think for everyone that I know. Like I'm trying to put that in the universe to say like everybody's going to be super successful. Especially I wish that for everyone, but like especially like my friends and my family.
Me too.
To really kind of like support people in their endeavors and then encourage them to
Yeah.
do like great things in their life.
Yeah.
Because what I've learned on my journey of 53 years, is that as humans we can really do anything
Mm-hmm.
if we just believe that we can do it, or if you just have one person that believes in you that you can do something, that's enough. And so I'm not setting out to change the world in 24,
I believe
but I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come close.
Our future. Teach
Yeah,
them
no.
well.
That's my inspirational speech
Right.
for 24. It's like I think we should support each other and just like encourage people to do great
It's
things.
100%. I cannot wait to get into the segment about the Thailand trip. But I wish the exact same, and I wish people would be just nicer and kinder
Yeah,
in the next year
me
and
too.
forever, because there's a lot of meanness going on right now. Social media has really brought a lot of evil in a lot of people.
Hmm.
And, just because you may have a lot of followers, that doesn't mean they're your friends.
No, no.
I don't, I know you're not on the TikToks, but I'm on the TikToks. And there's so much drama that
I
happens
didn't
on
know
TikTok.
there was like several of them, but yeah.
There's
Okay.
there's storylines and drama, and it's just people are so mean out there, and there's no reason to be mean. So I want to wish 2024 a year of kindness and respect for
Yeah,
people, because we forgot that. We forgot how to be nice to people,
we did.
and we'll touch on that when I talk about Thailand. But let's be nicer to you guys. Let's be nicer to each other, please, in 2024. Let's get rid of the meanness, the spitefulness. We all are going through crap. We all have issues and we all have stresses. But at the end of the day, we got to go to bed and we got to wake up and say, I'm glad I'm here and I wasn't an ass to somebody
Hmm.
yesterday, or an ass to, my coworker or my boss or my supervisor or my mom or dad or whatever. Because what I'm learning with my dad right now and other things that's happened in my life, tomorrow is not guaranteed. So we really need to reach into our hearts and say, can I re-edit that email? Can I re-edit
Yeah,
that text? Because it is about context,
yeah,
and the meaning behind our messages. And that's one thing when we were talking about earlier this year, what I learned about being 51 and you said growth,
hmm,
is I've had to edit so many texts and emails because I'm like, I sound like a biatch. And I'm like, I don't want to come across that way. So, and I have lots of things to work on. So we'll talk about that in a minute, about self improvement and self be looking at yourself in a mirror.
Right.
But it's very important. So I definitely wish that for everybody. Let's be kind. Let's be nicer to each other.
I second that. Yeah.
Because it really
We need
helps.
this world needs it.
It lowers the blood pressure for sure.
Sure. Hmm.
Yeah. We'll be back. Devin, we lost a really big icon this week. A TV icon, TV legend, Norman Lear.
Mm.
And you and I were Gen Xers.
Right.
So he was our, he was our guide to entertaining TV shows,
Yeah.
and sitcoms. He really created the situational comedy.
Yeah. He did.
He was responsible for All in the Family,
Hmm.
The Jeffersons, Good Times, Maude.
So
Um,
many shows. It pulled the
mhm,
veil off of like kind of like racism in this country,
100%.
and you exposed that nasty side of the United States and other cultures as well. But I love that, man. I would race home to watch the Jeffersons.
We all would. My
You
mom and
know,
dad, we were always the Jeffersons or Good Times.
good
He
times,
passed away at
certainly good
100.
times.
He was 101
He was
years old.
101. Mm-hmm.
And he left an amazing legacy for all other situational comedies to follow to this day
Right.
because they followed that same formula.
Yeah.
It was, All in the Family, Archie Bunker, controversial,
Crazy show.
controversial
Yeah.
character because he was
Uh
racist and
huh.
he was uh,
A
a
bigot.
bigot and
Anything like
just
all the
just.
negatives.
But you also loved him.
Yeah. You also loved him because he seemed to learn.
Yes, he grew from that, and that's
Hmm.
how we were interested. With how we were introduced to Mr. Jefferson as well, because
Yeah.
he was a guest star on the
Yeah.
show, and then he had his own
Had
show,
his
The
own show.
Jeffersons, and it played out what people felt about black and white in this early. That was what, early '70s, that show,
Yeah.
early mid '70s,
Early to mid. Hmm.
and it talked about what we are dealing with now: political divisiveness, racism, bigotry, homosexuality, women's rights, because his daughter was a feminist. And then you had,
Biracial like couples. I know that's the Jeffersons, but
yes, that's
like
the
that's the
Jeffersons.
Jeffersons. But
Yes.
like he like shed light
Mm-hmm.
on no, and I was a small town Texas boy growing up in a culture that was there was certainly black people in my small town, but it was still the
It
South,
was,
and
still segregated.
it felt that way. And to see a married couple on TV that's a biracial couple was like, huh?
Wow. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, the Jeffersons' neighbors. That's right. Which is Lenny
Lenny
Kravitz's mom.
Kravitz's mother.
Yes, which is insane,
R.I.P.
right?
She's
She was gorgeous. She was gorgeous.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then Good Times, and Good Times for me resonated more because it was the teenagers dealing in poverty.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We think my mom and dad. My mom and dad. We were like definitely. We weren't upper middle class. We weren't lower middle class. We were
Uh-huh.
middle
Middle
class.
class.
Our parents worked hard for the
Uh-huh.
money, and watching Good Times was a reflection of what we could have been. That's what my parents grew up. My parents were very poor when they grew up
Hmm.
as children, and Good Times was located in Chicago, and it was in the projects, and it
Cabrini
showed
Green.
right.
Yeah.
We learned who Janet Jackson. Janet
Oh,
Jackson was a
that's
guest.
how I discovered Janet Jackson.
Yeah, me
Penny.
too.
Penny.
Penny, and she was an abused child. Her
Yes.
mother abused her in that episode, which was
Yes. With an
devastating.
iron.
With
Can
an
you
iron.
a hot iron,
And
like you iron
unfortunately,
your clothes
that
with.
was the truth. That happens. That happens all the time. I also remember that episode where there was a boy that didn't want to admit that he was deaf, and
Hmm.
he was almost he was about to almost fall in an elevator shaft. I forgot that episode, and they were yelling at him, but he didn't want to admit that he was deaf.
Oh my gosh, I remember
And
that one.
and then just this, and what was the character mom's name? Oh my goodness, Florida.
Florida.
Florida
That's it.
Evans. Florida Evans.
That's
And
it.
that one electric episode when they found out their father died,
That
and
was
she's all,
electric.
damn,
Yeah.
and she breaks the plate. You didn't see
That was
that
like
kind of drama on
great TV.
TV.
That was great
You
TV.
didn't see that kind of drama on TV. It was comedy, but it was also drama.
Yeah. For
And that's
sure.
what Norman Lear brought to all of his shows. It
For
was real
sure.
funny as hell, but also real in your face, you know.
Cultural icon.
And we do have those shows today, but
Hmm.
it's just a different,
Not like
you
that.
know, like that. Yeah.
Not like
Not
that.
like
That
that.
was OG style.
Yeah. So
I loved it.
R.I.P. to Norman Lear. You definitely were the grandfather of us raising, getting, you know, we grew up with those
He
shows,
wrote the
and
script of our life, basically.
100%. Yeah. So R.I.P. Norman Lear. You were an amazing provocateur, producer. We're definitely going to miss you.
Definitely. So one creature that I've always loved is elephants. I've always been fascinated with elephants. So I know you just went to Thailand, and I think I saw you on an elephant.
Yes, we weren't on elephants because they're kind of outlawing that in Thailand because of
Ah,
the you know, PETA and everything like that. But I just came from this amazing women's retreat. Mia Bolden, she is like the self help guru. Her company's called Renew Reset, something travel for women. And I was introduced to her literally 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago at another women's empowerment conference in Santa Barbara. And I remember her stating when I first met her that her goal was to create this safe space for women, for traveling women, to bond, to make friends, have a sister circle, and travel all the world.
mm-hmm.
And she's doing fabulously, Mia. She plans the trips. She does the coordinating of the women. There's only about 6 or 7 people that she's like max.
Okay.
It's not this huge other groups that I travel with, like with Singles of Paradise, like there's 40 people. This is literally a sister circle of 4, 5, 7 women, and we're all different professions, different personalities, and we come together. It's like a kumbaya moment. And
It's
so
like the eat, pray, love of
it's kind
traveling
of
women.
100%. It is eat, pray, love. It's we are learning about ourselves. We are releasing things that are not serving us. We are talking about things. We're journaling. I have an issue with journaling. We are doing yoga every day. We're meditating every
You
day.
have an issue with journaling.
I do. It's a
Like
mirror.
to do it, or like actually like
Both
what comes out of it.
both to do
Really?
it.
Uh huh.
It's an exercise for me to
Yeah. Okay.
actually write
I
down,
haven't journaled since high
and to
school.
do it, and
Hmm.
to write down my feelings for the day. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh,
And this
interesting.
really cool tool kit that I found.
Okay.
Anyways, I last year I went to New Orleans. Mia, because Mia she goes everywhere. She
This
goes.
is related to that trip.
This is related to that trip.
Okay.
So
Got
last
it.
year I went to
All
New
right.
Orleans, and I said I'm going to go again. And Mia said we're going to Thailand.
Okay.
She does 12 trips a year, so she goes to Egypt, Jamaica. She goes and does.
12 trips a year.
That's her business.
Shannon.
I can't do 12. No, of course
No,
not.
no, but why?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you do something like
Why don't I do something? Because I don't like a lot of people like that.
that? I don't want to take her ideas from her, but yeah, I mean,
I love people, but I'm not going to manage you and your personalities. That's not happening.
the truth comes out. It's right here.
You
Yeah,
have to
I
have
get
a
it.
certain personality
Yeah.
to manage a group.
Oh my
I
god.
love getting my girls together. We're going to do a girls' weekend. We're going to go to the wine country. That's the extent.
Okay, got
But
it.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
handle
but-
you for more than a week. No.
On the other side of the world.
No, get out of my face.
Okay.
You're complaining that your soup is not warm. No.
Bye, Karen.
And I
See ya.
say this
Like-
about Ed Reader, the owner of Singles in Paradise. So Ed, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you corral 45 people, 45 personalities. I would go crazy.
I would. I don't want to say that word, but I would like. I wouldn't be happy with it.
No. So I want to be a
Do it.
guest. I want to be
Yeah.
the guest. I don't
Uh-huh.
want to be the host.
Okay.
I like to be a host in certain things.
You're not
but
the Karen
on-
though, right? You're not a Karen
Oh,
saying like my
God,
soup
no.
is cold.
Oh no! Oh,
But
there's
you're
some
speaking
Karens
from
on these
experience
trips.
though. Like
Yeah.
you've seen Karens.
I've
go,
seen Karens, and I'm like, shut up,
Leave your Karen at home.
shut up. That the bus is 5 minutes late. Shut up. Anyways, we're going off a tangent. Anyways, so it was 7 wonderful women I met in Thailand.
Uh-huh.
Again, Mia has 12 trips, so she goes. Like I said, she goes to Egypt. She goes to Jamaica. She goes to. This was her first trip to Thailand. She goes to Costa Rica. She goes to Mexico, Tulum. She does also local national trips. She goes to like Georgia, like New Orleans, Pensacola. So if you don't want to go out of the country, she has options for women to go inside the country. Mia Bolden, look her up. She's on Facebook. She's amazing. So this trip was something that I needed more than ever. To be grounded, to be focused, to not lose the sight of Shannon, because I'm always trying to help. When my business, I'm an insurance broker. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always helping others, but I'm not
Right.
helping myself.
Mm-hmm.
The minute we're on this trip, Mia Bolden's just she's focused in on us. We're introducing each other. We're playing games to get to know each other. We're doing our journaling. Every day is a journaling. We have to journal every day on the trip, and then at the meantime,
Is
we're
there a
having
word
fun.
minimum? Is there like a minimum word count
No,
or
of course
anything?
not.
Okay.
No, she gives us topics to talk to
Okay,
write
got
down.
it. All right.
Ooh, the first day we had a journal. It was a rough day because we had to talk about. I think the first day we had to talk about what is really bothering us, and we were
Mm-hmm.
crying. All of us
Okay,
were
that's
crying,
what I was going to say.
and we
What are
share.
some of the topics?
Yeah, we talk about what's not serving us. So
Okay.
one of the exercises we did, besides again, this is not just always kumbaya, you guys. We're having fun. I'll talk about that in a minute. But one of the focus on this trip is to reset.
Mm-hmm.
We need to reset our brains. We need to reset our souls. We need to reset our hearts. Whatever is not serving us, we need to let go. So one of the exercises we did on the day is right. She got these glass plates,
Okay.
regular, just little cheap $5, $6, or $2 plates you get from Dollar Tree, and we had to write in the plate what is not serving us.
What is not serving you?
Me, I wrote down dying, dementia, Alzheimer's, things that my dad is going through.
Your plate is full.
My plate is full. Wrote down being broke. I'm not broke, but I always have a fear
Mm-hmm.
of not having money. I wrote down being overweight. I wrote down not being single is not a single is a being a blessing in my opinion, but having a companion. Am I stressed about not having a boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down, sometimes I vape. I need to get rid of vaping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sharing you guys some really interesting things that I am personally trying to release that are things that are not serving me. So I had to write all these things, stress.
And you literally write them on the plate?
On the plate. She gave us a Sharpie.
Paint.
And
Okay,
we wrote it
Sharpie.
on the plate.
Okay.
And we
That's
could do
fun.
designs, we could color them,
Uh-huh.
whatever. It was our personal release. We wrote it down. We talked about it as an individual. We had this really cool sister circle, about what's not serving us.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went outside. She put the plates in a bag, and we broke it.
I love that.
We broke it, and we said, "This is no longer serving me." Boom.
Do you know, I was
That was a
just
physical
talking
release.
this week about breaking plates and how much stress that must relieve.
It did relieve some stress, and it was very emotional. We were crying. We were all crying.
That's
In
an
this
amazing
group,
exercise.
in this group, and I'm not going to name the ladies. In this group, Devin,
Mm-hmm.
we had an ex-stripper, prostitute. We had a couple drug addicts, ex-alcoholics that are still rehabbing. We have women who have been sexually assaulted. We have women who've been through horrible divorces, marriages, women who are dealing with bad relationships with their family.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a plethora of women who are dealing with some BS right now. And this is their way to release what is not serving them. And we got to really become really good friends in a short amount of time, just a week.
And you didn't know these people?
Of course I didn't know these people.
Okay.
Oh, well, now, okay, let me back up. 3 of the ladies that were on this trip were the people I met in New Orleans.
I was going to say,
They
were there any from there? Okay,
they were
repeats.
repeat offenders.
Repeat offenders.
Yes, and they're still going through things. Just because you go on these treats, you're not going to be cured.
Right.
The
It's
next
not
day. It's
of
not
course.
like that. This is not a magic pill.
Mm-hmm.
This is to be aware of what you can work on, and things that I need to work on. And so, in the midst of all this, sister circle, we had an amazing time. Mia takes care of all your meals. All of them, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is taken care of. All the Airbnb we had a gorgeous swimming pool.
I saw that.
Oh, it was gorgeous. We had our
Wow.
own bedrooms, own
Okay.
bathrooms. It's
Okay.
Airbnb. It was like a compound
Mm-hmm.
that Mia found in Thailand. We were in Chiang Mai, which is north of Bangkok. And it was hot as hell. It was 100
hot.
degrees. It was so humid, but
I
it was
thought
still wonderful.
probably it was, but it looked fine.
We went to this place called the the elephant poo poo park, and they make their paper out of elephant feces.
Okay.
So it was
talk about next level recycling.
100%. Very sustainable. Thailand is, even though it's still, I hate to use the word third world, people still consider Thailand
Right.
a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
It is more advanced than we are. Yeah, they have about 100 million people living in a very small country.
Right.
Very packed. The traffic is horrible. The pollution is disgusting. The
Mm-hmm.
plumbing is third
Not
world.
great.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No, but they have a meaning and they have a way out of their. They're working on. They have a lot of universities and a lot of education there. But the sustainability is huge in that country
Is
because
it really?
very much when you're making paper out of elephant
Yeah,
poop,
elephant poop. That's sustainable.
that whole park was dedicated on how they made, and we went into they actually took us on this tour on how they made poop out of paper.
Wow.
Did I say that right?
Poop
They
out
made,
of
yeah,
paper.
poop,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was
Paper out of
it
poop.
was it was yeah, it was so educational, so enlightening, and it was really cool. Then we went to a elephant park and washed the elephants and swam with the elephants.
Love. That's what I saw then.
That was
Sorry if I thought you were
awesome.
on it, but
Played in
I
the
think that's
mud with
yeah.
the elephants.
Uh-huh.
They included lunch. Honey, these Thai people, they love to eat.
They love to eat.
Why
And
are
they're
they so
like this
skinny?
big. And
They're this
big.
skinny.
They're this
But,
big.
honey, they will not, you will, restaurants galore, street vendors
Everywhere.
galore, everywhere.
Food, delicious,
The
beyond.
Thai people love to eat.
Spicy.
You're always eating. Everyone's always eating and drinking, eating
Right.
and drinking. That's their livelihood in Thai.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thai people, the most generous, nicest,
So nice.
humble
Uh-huh.
people, where you can go get an hour and a half massage for $7.
Stop it.
We were massaging every day. We got a
Could
massage
you
every
pay
day.
them more? And they
When
would not
well,
take
of course
it?
we did.
Yeah.
If it was $7, I would give them like $30 tip.
Right.
And they're like this.
Oh my gosh, that's
They're
amazing.
so grateful. Every dinner was fantastic, fresh, clean. I had one cocktail the whole entire trip.
Wow, that's
One
really
cocktail.
good.
We went to this fancy restaurant called The House,
Uh-huh.
and everything is a walking distance of our Airbnb. So every day we also walked and exercised. Did I do that now when I come back? No. Why do I do that? Why are we more healthy when we travel?
I don't know. It's like a vacation because we
But-
think that that's our mode.
It's the same shit now.
I know.
Sorry, it's got same.
Same
Like, it's the
shit.
same now. Like, why can't I get up in the morning and walk? I need to. That's what I need to work on. That was my releasing.
Was that on your plate?
That was on my plate.
You smashed it, so you
I
shouldn't have
smashed
it
it.
anymore.
I know. I know.
About Thailand, though, a good friend that I grew up, my best friend that I grew up with in small town Texas, his little brother, his name's Sean. Sean was like 10 years younger than us, but lives in Thailand now. He and his wife moved to Thailand.
A lot of people are moving to Thailand.
She's Thai.
Yeah.
And he's half Filipino, but they moved to Thailand and they built this house. Their house is like one big room, right? It's like they sent us photos of like them building the house,
Yeah.
and it's like look beautiful.
It is, but Thailand is very, very beautiful. The city has it's a city. You got dirty things that happen, and they do take care of their homeless. We saw a couple homeless people on the street, but the country really takes care of their people. Another thing that's so funny, I want to touch what you just said. Thailand is the number 2 destination for single women to move
Is it really?
because this is the most safest country.
Because it's safe.
It's very
But
safe
I
for
don't
women.
think it was
Single
safe.
women.
It wasn't safe in Broke Down Palace. Remember, didn't they go to Thailand in that? Claire Danes, remember? She went to prison. Like, she was stuck in a Thai prison.
Was it Thai or was it?
Was it Thailand?
Thailand or was
I
it?
don't know. I had that
Broke Down Palace. It wasn't in China.
Random thought. I don't know. We'll have to like.
I have to do some
We'll have to
research.
check
that
on
movie
that.
is like 30 years old.
I-
huh?
Is it that old?
Is it that old?
Probably, yeah.
What if we're that old? Okay, research. Broke Down Palace. Claire
yeah.
Danes.
Yeah.
But no, it is one of the safest destinations for single women.
Okay.
Thailand. I didn't feel I had to turn my back. The crime rate in Thailand is very down, especially in Chiang Mai. It's very low. So there's not a lot of, even though there's a lot of poverty, there's not a lot of crime in that town. It's really amazing.
Do you fly into Bangkok?
I flew LA to Taiwan, Taiwan to Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai.
And that's where
Chiang Mai.
that's where you were.
That's where I was.
So you didn't get one night in Bangkok?
No.
Ah,
we went
dang it.
one night in Bangkok. No, I didn't really prefer Bangkok. I went to Bangkok in 2020.
You've
2015.
been. Okay, got it.
That place. I
It
don't like
is
Bangkok. It was stinky.
a hustle bustle, right?
Ugh.
It is.
It has some gorgeous buildings. The high rises are amazing. I didn't really prefer Bangkok. It was just really super congested. Pollution was insane. But at Chiang Mai, even it was city, but it wasn't crazy city. It was
Right.
really cool. And then 20 minutes later, you're in the jungle. You're literally in the jungles.
Can't wait.
So you got to go. Super affordable. Highly recommend Chiang Mai. And thank you, Mia, for this amazing opportunity to meet these ladies. We are now friends for life. These ladies were friends for life. So, ladies, if you're looking for a safe place to travel, I'm going to put that in the notes under the YouTube channel, how to contact Mia. I'll put her website and her Facebook group. But please join it. Mia's amazing, an amazing leader.
That's awesome.
And she's got this amazing patience. And she shared with us her struggles. Mia used to be a drug dealer. She used to be a drug dealer when she was younger.
So she's rich. No, she's got all that money.
No, she had to she got into herself in trouble, but she shares she has a book out about her life, and she came from some crazy times, Mia, and now she's just a strong, empowered woman. That's
Where is she from?
She lives in Florida.
Florida, okay.
Yeah, I think she's from originally Georgia. Oh,
Georgia.
sorry, Mia,
Okay.
I forgot. North Carolina. Maybe it was North Carolina.
North Carolina.
But she was a tough kid.
Tough kid.
Tough kid, and we all shared our own struggles as children, and it was a bonding moment. So, ladies, get out there and travel, and know that you can travel in safe spaces and share what's going on with you. I really highly recommend it. And I'm definitely thinking about doing Mia's trip next year in Tulum, which is November.
That's
I've been to Tulum before.
Local.
That's about 2 hours. It's a 6-hour flight from here to Cancun. Then it's a 2-hour drive from Cancun to Tulum.
It's a 6-hour flight to Cancun from here. Oh, I guess I've only flown from Texas to Cancun. It's like
it's
2
easier
hours.
Texas, yeah. From here to Cancun's about 6 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that might be my trip, my bonding time for November. And she's doing Thailand again in November in next year as well, which I might do again. It was so fabulous.
Sounds amazing.
It was fabulous. So thank you, Mia, for that. Thank you guys for listening, and I highly recommend Thailand. We will be right back. Madonna, the Madonna Minute. Dude,
it's here.
Have you seen other clips of her concert?
I have seen them, of course.
Well, again, she's on this amazing 40th year celebration tour that's going across the country, and I shared a clip with you.
Across the European country right now.
Because you're right. You're right. She's not in America yet.
She's not in America
That's
yet.
right. Can't wait. I'm seeing her in March in Vegas with my friends.
I am excited.
I can't wait. Anyways, so there's a clip of her singing our favorite song, "Live to Tell." If I ran away.
Such a great song.
Such a good song.
So beautiful.
And it canvases all the people who've passed away from AIDS and HIV over the years. Because she's always been a strong AIDS, HIV advocate, Madonna.
Right, the OG.
The OG. And this is, again, I don't know why she gets a lot of hate. I know she does a lot of things that are off the cuff. But Madonna, we were just saying, she is the GOAT.
She's the GOAT, yeah.
She is the blueprint. Let's be honest.
Do we have to explain to our listeners and viewers what GOAT means? They know
what the GOAT means.
They might not.
Greatest of all time.
Yes.
Greatest of all time. And she is, and what were you saying about what Taylor Swift might have rumbled?
U.S. News or U.S. Weekly, I don't know, she was just quoted in a magazine saying, like, none of us would be, me or no one else in my, my stature would be anywhere without Madonna. She blazed the trail for all of us.
She has. Even Beyonce,
Beyonce, of course.
Of course she's credited.
They're like biffles.
They're all they're biffles, BFFs. They are. I mean, speaking of, didn't want to get more time away from Madonna, but I did see the Renaissance film, Beyonce.
You did?
Fantastic.
Okay, good.
Fantastic. Beyonce, she wrote, directed, and produced that movie.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. We saw the clip the other night, and Danny was trying to actually find where it is, but where is it?
It's in all the theaters, and with the AMC Century.
Was it just a limited viewing, like
it came out
one night only?
It came out last weekend, so I'm sure it's still in the theaters. I don't know who's going to get the rights, Netflix or HBO or Disney, because remember she's on all those platforms for the other concerts.
Okay,
Netflix was the Beyonce Coachella. And Disney has The Black is King, and then HBO had her other concert years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know who's going to get the rights to the concert. Someone's grabbing at it, I'm sure.
Snatching it up.
But the movie is fantastic, and it goes behind the scenes of the Renaissance concert, plus the Renaissance concert. Please watch it when you get a chance. It's phenomenal. 3 hours. It was a 3-hour film.
3 hours. So Madonna, like the other day, Kelly Clarkson, I don't know if you watched the show, but Kelly Clarkson, she always sings a song for.
Yeah.
She sang Vogue.
Oh, she did?
Oh my God, So good.
Really?
So good. I love Kelly Clarkson.
Was she dancing too? Was Kelly?
No, she's just a singer. So
Yeah.
she sang it all like, I was like,
Oh my God.
really
Speaking
good.
of Beyonce and Taylor Swift, so they are the top 10 grossing acts for 2023 as well.
Right.
In terms of concerts, like the grossing. I think Taylor almost hit $1 billion, and then Beyonce hit over 600 million. And receipts. We're talking receipts.
So will Madonna
I don't know.
beat that?
I don't know. Remember, it's going from 2023 to 2024.
Right.
So they're going to probably discount.
So
end of the year,
but hers is like through April of 24. So I wonder what other acts will have a show next. Taylor nor Beyonce will have a show next year.
No, maybe Lady Gaga. She's rumored to have a new album coming out.
So Pink maybe, I don't know. Pink's already
on touring. She's already touring.
So Madonna might take the crown next year.
I don't know. We'll see.
She's always had the crown.
She's always had the crown.
So she has the crown. I guess they just took the crown from her, and she's not going to be happy about that. So anyway, but have you noticed on the concert clips? She was, it felt like she wasn't struggling in the beginning, but she, was near death or whatever. She's returning to form.
Yeah.
Now it's like you can tell that she's back, and like she took this European leg to like kind of recuperate and like get her groove back.
I think it's gonna be more getting her groove back when she gets back in the States.
Totally. That's what I'm saying. Like when she gets here, it'll be like
She's still rehabbing that knee because she still wears the brace on the knee.
I like the shiny one that she puts on. I like that a lot. Anyway,
Well, that's your Madonna Minute. All right. So, Devin, Los Angeles is the mecca for fashion, right?
It has become that way, isn't it? Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we've had the most amazing fashion show that happened a week ago. Balenciaga.
Yes.
It was outside. It was in the Hancock Park area, which is very old school, old money.
Old money.
I think even older than Beverly Hills money.
I think so. Beautiful homes.
Beautiful, gorgeous homes. If you guys have never visited Los Angeles, come to Los Angeles. Come to the Hancock Park area. And it's mansions upon mansions upon mansions.
Beautiful.
And Balenciaga's fashion show was on the streets.
Yeah, it was Windsor Street.
Okay.
And there's a lot of those streets in Hancock Park that if you go out on the street and you look to the north, I guess it is, you see the Hollywood sign. And this street, particularly Windsor, it's just, you walk into the street and Hollywood signs right there.
Yeah.
It's just, it's an amazing vantage point.
Yes.
And so Balenciaga chose to have their show there. I didn't know about it until, did you know about it?
I didn't know about it until you told me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shame on me. I should have been top of it. I
know, me too.
But Cardi B was one of the models on the show and some other celebrities were there. It was pretty huge.
Nicole Kidman, I mean, all A-plus listers, Selma Hayek.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but the Kardashians were there, and I think one of them even walked the show.
I think it was Jenner.
Jenner, she was there, and one of the actual Kardashian was there because
as a model or as a
I think
guest?
she's a spectator.
Okay.
As a spectator, and I noticed that this is so LA. Their gift bags, their swag bags were Erewhon
grocery
totes.
stores.
Yeah, grocery store totes.
Of course.
So. Tell them what that is.
That reminds me, I got to renew my membership. Erewhon is one of the highfalutin elitist over Whole Foods grocery store, over Gelson's, in my opinion. I think Gelson's and Erewhon are kind of mid-level, neck and neck, but super high bougie grocery store. But
bougie, I'm talking like $12-15 for like a juice that you would buy at another store for $10.
I'm talking $17 for a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, there you go. Bone broth, $30.
And who buys it?
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
I could make my own damn bone broth for $5.
But it's not. Doesn't have Erewhon on it.
It doesn't have an Erewhon jar, mason jar.
No, it doesn't.
Erewhon is now becoming a leading product as well, a pusher of the Soho House. Soho House Furniture.
Okay.
They have different brand partnerships
Okay.
with high-end furniture stores, and now Balenciaga. They're partnering with Balenciaga. They have a grocery bag from Balenciaga with Erewhon. Guess how much it is? Just give me a guess.
Okay, a grocery bag.
A grocery bag.
A collaboration.
It's not like this amazing tote I got from Kate Spade.
That is an amazing. That's a truly an amazing tote. I love that tote.
But
$1,200.
$825.
$825
for a grocery tote that says Erewhon.
It's not even leather.
But it's made by Balenciaga.
Yeah, it's not even leather. Probably
it's like canvas. Canvas.
Canvas, Erewhon,
I mean,
Balenciaga.
how bougie can you get?
You can't get any more bougie.
That's ridiculous.
And Balenciaga is certainly a storied brand, and it's like made a raging comeback in the last
They
5 to 7
have.
years.
They have.
You didn't know who it was probably 10 years ago, but certainly a storied brand. But not to jump subjects, but I'm going to jump subjects since we're talking about bags. Loewe,
Yes, I have a Louis bag.
I am.
Bag.
You have one?
The multicolored one I have. It's
Is it
gorgeous.
the
I bought it
puzzle?
like 6 years ago.
Where did you get it? Did you get it?
I
In
got it
Spain?
in Chicago.
In Chicago. So that's my brand of obsession at
Really?
the moment. Loewe.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
I'm
like
gorgeous. It's a gorgeous
talk about a
bag.
huge comeback. Or no,
Not a comeback.
I don't think it's a huge comeback.
Not a comeback,
I think
a
it's
discovery.
just becoming known.
A discovery.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yes.
discovery. And
Yes.
I told you at the top of the show before we were on the show, I'm starting to craft again and make things. So I'm starting to back down the bag journey, and I am looking to them for a lot of inspiration,
Okay.
especially that puzzle bag that they do.
Yes.
Incredible.
Gorgeous.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Spanish brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of the elites. One of their bags is $3,100.
Yes.
That's probably an entry level
That's
bag.
actually reasonable.
Reasonable.
That's reasonable.
And I'm sure you got yours for much less.
I got mine at a what do you call those stores? A consignment store
a consignment
in
store?
Chicago.
You
Yes,
did?
so I was on
Uh-huh.
vacation,
Uh-huh.
and it was a consignment store, and they had the Louis and the Chanel's, and they had other high end. And I didn't even know who Loewe was.
Yeah,
I had
okay.
no, but it just the bag was striking.
I never knew it was pronounced
It was
Loewe.
striking. Yeah, it was me either.
I thought it was
doesn't look
Lowell
like
or
me
something.
too.
Lowell.
It was striking. I'm like, who's Loewe? And she's like, oh, she's a Spanish designer, blah, blah, blah. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't care who it is. I'm buying this bag.
Stunning.
I don't know how much I bought it for, but it was very reasonable. But now it's my piece. It's on my display in my room. So it's such a gorgeous piece.
Aren't bags amazing? Like,
Yes, they are.
They're like little
They're
works of art,
collectors.
you know.
They're
And
collectors.
same for wallets. I'm fascinated with that entire culture of like crafting.
Yes.
You know, like where, especially Hermes coming from. I'm in the fashion industry, so coming from the fashion world and like looking at what it takes to truly kind of craft something like that. And now that I'm like actually kind of doing the work, hand sewing a lot of things, it's no wonder they charge so much.
Yeah.
It's not easy work.
No, when it's handmade and crafted like that, there's a lot of thought and time into it, you know. We went to, speaking of time and quality, we went to the Christmas drag show last night.
You did?
Yeah, it was amazing. My friends Michelle, Fabrice and Manny and Rudy and Sergio. We went to it was at the Wiltern
Okay.
Theater in Koreatown, and who performed. Oh my God, Danny would love this. It was Jimbo the drag clown, Sasha Colby, Trinity the Tuck.
I love Trinity.
Yes, it was fabulous. Lux Noir.
Love Lux.
People from last year.
Right.
And then, oh my goodness, Crystal Method
Okay. Love Crystal.
and Brooklyn Heights.
Love
And
all
they
of them.
it was a variety show.
Okay.
And talk about time and effort into their costumes, because some of those costumes are
Sure.
handmade.
I'm sure.
And, you know, these people are not all rich. Just because you're on RuPaul's Drag Race
Yeah, it
doesn't
doesn't
mean
make
you
it-
all,
yeah.
you know, they're working their butts off for these variety shows and these tours. But it was a fabulous show, and the makeup was flawless.
I bet.
The costumes were amazing. The performances were on point.
Uh-huh.
And you just got a crowd of, 500 people cheering and yelling. It was great. It was fun last night.
I bet.
I'm
I
tired.
didn't know anything
So
about it.
this face that you guys see right now, it's for the camera. But she's taking a nap
She
later
painted
today.
it on underneath. There's like a nap
It's been
face.
a crazy week.
But she's got.
I'm
gotta go
exhausted. I'm exhausted. So I can't wait to take something called a nap today.
A nap.
If we get to it. So
Well,
that was our long Madonna Minute on
Well,
other topics.
Our,
but
our producer's like, you got to move on.
Yeah.
You got to get moving.
okay, let's
Okay,
go.
so we're moving on.
We're moving on to the next segment. I get a funny text from Devin last week. It says, this is one thing we have to talk about on the podcast. He's like, the kids are talking about a new word. And you found this out because Merriam-Webster, which is the queen of all dictionaries, made an announcement that this is the 2023 word. What's the word, Devin?
It's Rizz. Rizz.
And so he's like, what does that mean? It means charisma. It's what the kids are calling charisma. You have Rizz. You got this Rizz, dude. That thing is Rizz. Like, I'm like, so dumb.
What was my text back to you?
So
Exactly
dumb.
that. So dumb. I like Webster's is now tainted.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna like.
But it's in their dictionary as
What?
an official word.
It's a word.
Rizz.
It's a word. It's a word now.
There was a couple other things too. You doing too much, bro. You're doing too much.
Do you know I had a colleague of at work tell me this very year to chill, bro. I lost my mind. Lost my via text too.
This was a work thing?
Yeah. She told me to chill, bro, via text.
You're lying.
I am not. Straight up, like, this is what happened. I could pull
This
up
was
the
a
text.
vendor?
Yeah, she was someone that worked for us.
And she said, you need to chill, bro?
Yeah, I said, because she was going on vacation or whatever, and I was
so
like,
unprofessional.
I'm happy to step in and, like,
so unprofessional.
take over this, like, while you're out. Like, just kind of shepherd this along. She's like, chill, bro. I was like...
Did you call her back or did you text her back?
I texted her back. I'm like, are you joking? Do not ever call me bro, okay? Especially in the context of being professional and like
100%.
And never tell me to chill.
Ooh, Devin.
Oh, girl. I lost it. So, chill, bro.
You're doing too much, bro.
You're doing too much, bro.
You're doing too much, bro.
I should have texted that back.
You should have texted that back.
You're doing too much, bro. I'm trying to help you. Chill,
Could
bro.
you imagine?
What is going on with our
I
like
could never
vocabulary?
talk to my clients like that. You're
Okay.
doing and I get crazy clients. If I texted, you're doing too much, bro, I'm fired. I've lost money in my pocket.
Fired.
Fired.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh, it's so dumb. So Rizz and you're doing too much, bro. That's not in our bucket list. That's not in our catalog.
That's not in our vernacular for sure. And I used to think like, let's pick out a big, nice word from the dictionary and use it this week and make it into my vocabulary. I'm never going to pick Rizz out of the dictionary and use it in my...
I'm going to text
What's the matter with charisma?
What's the matter with the actual word charisma?
What is it? Like, are you too lazy to type out charisma? You can't spell it? What? Rizz? It's so dumb.
You got Rizz, bro.
Mm-mm.
Bruh.
Bro. Is it bruh? What is it? The meaning of bruh and bro?
Bruh?
What?
I see it on the TikToks and Instas.
Uh-huh.
Simeon, speak on it. You have a preteen. What is your son say?
Yeah, they're the meanings.
Does he say bruh or does he say bro?
My son plays Fortnite often, and he uses bro like every other word.
Bro.
I don't even think that he realized he's saying it at this point.
Does bruh mean something different than bro?
It's maybe the context of bruh. Maybe it's the semantics.
It's not the plural of bro, is it?
Bruh.
Bruh? Like all of you? You're like...
Why do we sound like we're 90 years old now?
I don't know.
We're sounding like our parents.
But we said bro
in the 70s and the 80s. It's back with a vengeance.
In a different context. It is like
bruh.
Sorry. Okay. I just can't, bruh.
I just can't, bruh. We got Rizz.
We got
some Rizz, honey. We got some Rizz.
I'm going to get you some Rizz for Christmas.
All right. We'll be right back. Speaking of fashion, what we did, remember we did for Andrea, their last podcast, we did the 93 or part of the 93 questions.
Oh, yes.
That Vogue asked. I'm going to ask you these questions.
Oh, sweet.
These are some new questions. These are unrehearsed questions I'm asking Devin because we love fashion, but we love to that's why you and I banter so well. Just talk about different subjects. So I'm going to ask you some of the Vogue questions that the celebrities are asked, okay?
Okay.
So what is your favorite place to be?
On my couch.
Same.
Yeah.
I said that yesterday.
By my partner.
Same. What is something that you can't live without?
The internet.
Really?
Yeah.
You're on it all the time?
I do a lot of research on it.
Yeah.
I'm always looking things
up.
up.
What did we do without the internet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Encyclopedias.
It's like, I did read a lot of encyclopedias
did
growing
you really?
up. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
For sure. The internet. You know.
And Mish. Was it called? The film? We go to the library. The film.
Fiche. Yeah.
Microfiche.
Yeah, microfiche.
That's it for us. Gen Xers.
Yeah, that's right.
We were never the
Gotta look it
spoiled
up.
generation.
Right.
We had to work.
We did.
What is a secret talent of yours?
I sew.
I know that. People know that. What's the secret?
A secret talent is that I am a very good cook. Yeah.
What's your favorite dish you like to make?
Experimental stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to experiment with chicken
Any
dishes.
certain type of ethnic foods?
I love. Well, let's define that. What does that mean?
Mexican,
Oh, okay.
Asian,
I
Italian.
like. I like Thai food actually a lot. I
Yeah.
don't make it, but it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like cooking Mexican food.
Hmm.
I like cooking Italian food probably the most
Me
because there's
too.
a pasta to
Me
it.
too.
There's like a
Anything
whole
cheesy,
yeah.
saucy.
You can
I
cheat
love.
a lot on it,
You could
meaning like
so
you can
cheat.
just do anything with
I'm
it.
actually making. So we're so get off the tangent. I'm making part of. I think I already said I'm gonna make. I think for the dinner, for the family dinner, I'm gonna make this 4-cheese mac and cheese. But I remember my cousins bringing mac and cheese, so I'm making this. I think I'm gonna do this ravioli dish with tons of layers. It'll look like a lasagna, but with raviolis.
Okay.
So it'll be
Amazing.
cheesy and yummy.
Love it.
What are 3 words to describe yourself?
Charismatic.
Rizz.
Rizz, bruh. Um, charismatic. Intellectual.
I agree.
And fashionable.
100%.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
think
going
I think so.
to. We're not going to get an argument
Okay,
with that for
right.
sure. Where do you get inspiration from?
The universe, the literal universe
Literally.
that we live in. I mean, and we're planet Earth is part of that, but out there, I like things from out there.
Okay, you do like outer space.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite animal?
A dog.
Yes, you love doggies. And then lastly, what is your favorite snack food?
Oh gosh, that's a good one. Cheese.
Just like a cube of cheese?
Yeah, cube of cheese.
Or string cheese?
Well, no, cube of cheese, and I can define it extra sharp white cheddar.
Why white cheddar? Not the OG.
Why I gotta be white?
Why?
So I'd say I don't know. It has a it has a sharper taste to it. Like to
Okay.
me, it's white cheddar, sharp, extra
Yes.
sharp.
If
White
I
cheddar.
was ever sent to prison,
Mhm.
and God forbid if I'm on the death row the death row bandwagon, and my last meal would be cheese, crackers, bread, and wine. That would be it.
We would have to like fight over that then.
Yeah.
Because that's what probably what
That's my
mine would
last
be.
meal, and I would be satisfied with a
Totally.
nice Malbec or a
Tot-
nice Sauvignon Blanc.
Totally.
That would be my last meal.
I might have to say like keep the wine.
Keep the
and
wine?
Bring me a pizza.
You don't want wine on your last day on Earth?
I don't know if I do, but
What about sushi?
I love sushi.
Someone else said sushi.
As my last?
Last meal.
No, it would be like cheese, pizza,
Cheese, really?
and French fries
French fries.
with ketchup.
I think I'd be so satisfied with just the crackers and the nice crusty sourdough toasted bread, some butter on the side, wine, and just a huge mountain of
You'd
different
be
types of cheese.
Die happy.
And then I die with a gassy stomach.
There you go. It like gets released in the
It
afterlife.
gets released. Absolutely. Oh my God. Okay, we'll be right back. We're having so much fun on this podcast.
I've had a blast.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to have this and share this moment with you.
Therapy.
Therapy. This is definitely therapy
Yeah, it
for
is.
us,
It
for
really
sure.
is.
This is where we can talk about things. And speaking of that, I've had some a tumultuous 3 weeks. Me and my brother. As you know, most of you guys know, my dad has been suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia for the last 10 years, and he's been in hospice for the last 2 years. And with dementia, it's just incredible. This disease is a horrible disease. It's like ALS. It's a very slow, degenerative disease. So Dad, when I was in Thailand, my brother called me. When my brother calls me in Thailand, I know something's
wrong.
Something's up.
Yeah.
So he calls me. He's like, Dad is not doing well. I'm like, what? What's going on? He's like, Dad has high blood pressure. His oxygen is low. They think that he was choking. He has pneumonia, and there's other things going on. So because me and Theron are the power of attorney for my dad, we signed a DNR and a DNI. Do not resuscitate and do not intubate.
I didn't know.
With
there was an I.
hospice, you have to kind of agree with that because hospice is a different method
Yeah,
of
it's more like palliative care. Or
palliative
something.
care.
Mhm.
Basically, it's getting ready for you to die.
Right.
But my dad has been in hospice for 2 years. That's kind of a miracle. Like,
Right. Yeah.
the doctors are like, I can't believe your dad's been in hospice for 2 years.
For sure.
So they was like, should we call 911? And so I'm in Thailand and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, let's call 911. Because we understand when you call the hospital, the whole agreement is that now you're off of hospice. You're going back into medical care to
Okay.
revive my dad.
Okay.
Because we don't want him to suffer, but at the same time, if it's something that's kind of curable, like pneumonia
Uh huh.
or whatever, we know that when older people get pneumonia, it's usually the last
Yeah.
ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So we agreed, let's just call 911. So Theron called the ambulance at the hospice care, and the hospice took him to their local medical center.
Okay.
Come to find out, not only dad has all these other ailments, he now has an enlarged prostate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He has pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
He's now diabetic.
What? All of these are
Like,
happening
where
now?
all of us, what? We don't have diabetes on my dad's or our side of the family.
Is it
Like,
his
where does
diet?
diabetes? It's because this is so true to people who have diabetes. Most people don't exercise. You can be skinny, 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 but you still can have diabetes.
Yeah, for sure.
But those are usually. It depends if it's type 1 or type 2.
Right.
But the nurse and the doctor say people will get diabetes in hospice because they're not standing, they're not
Yeah.
walking.
They're not active.
And I'm like, I had no idea you can get diabetes just from just being like that. My dad hasn't walked in 2 years.
Yeah.
So, me and Theron have came to grips that this may be it for dad because dad was not doing well.
It was not.
He has all these
Oh.
bruises on his bodies. He's shaking. He's not breathing. He's just and it was a very tough 3 weeks coming back from Thailand and dealing with this. Remember, that was one of the things I wanted to release is death and all the sadness. And I was just crying. I was sharing on Instagram, and a lot of people were able to relate. And prayers, I'm telling you, I don't know if you're a religious person, spiritual person, but I'm sorry, prayers work.
Mm-hmm.
Prayers definitely work. And we've gotten so much support through strangers and friends and families about my dad in the last month. So I just want to say thank you all for doing that for me and my brother and giving us support because we definitely need it. We are prepared for my dad to go.
Right.
We are prepared for it, but you cannot be emotionally prepared. We're losing our father.
Yeah.
We've
It's
been
a lot.
losing our father for the last 10 years, slowly, and it's been exaggerated in the last 2 years, and now we're really in the bucket of losing our father. Losing our mom was devastating. It was a very instant hit when we lost my mom. She passed away from a cardiac arrest. Now we see our dad. Our dad's dying. We're using the word dying.
Actively dying.
He's
yeah.
actively dying, and it's the hardest thing to see. I saw my dad last Sunday, and he didn't recognize me. He didn't. He has his eyes half open and half closed, and he's breathing normally. He is on a little thing of oxygen. He's still breathing on his own though.
Okay.
His blood pressure is stable, and the nurses that we have at this care, they're just
Are
phenomenal,
they phenomenal?
phenomenal angels. I don't even want to call them nurses. They're angels, and they call me Priscilla is the head nurse, and she'll. Your daddy, we love your daddy.
Oh,
Your
that's so sweet.
Horace is doing so much better, Shannon. And he drank 2 Ensure bottles today. And she was like, "Don't get excited. Don't get excited. We just wanted to say we love your daddy."
Oh, it's so sweet.
They're so
We love
sweet.
that.
So we know they're in the best care. He's clean. He's shiny. They're working on his arm was really inflamed and swollen from all the medications. I mean, the man was getting pumped numerous medications over 3 weeks. So he has a swollen foot and a swollen arm. So I think that's dissipated now. But, me and Theron are just on edge. We're on edge. We're waiting for that call.
I put
Come see
myself
your
in
dad
the
now, this is
shoes,
it,
and I'm
you
like, I literally, when you text me, I'm like, oh, this is it. I don't want to check the text.
I know.
So I'm sorry you're going through this, and especially at this time of the year. And I see your dad though in photos. He's a warrior.
He is.
He wants to be around. It seems.
I'm glad the doctor even said that he was so surprised at my dad's upper body strength because my dad grabbed his arm when they were doing one of the blood tests, and it scared my dad. My dad goes, "Ouch."
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad went, "Ouch."
Okay.
Or ow, or something like that. And the doctor said he was so surprised at my dad's upper body strength.
He does.
My dad's legs are
strong.
My dad's legs are toothpicks.
Because he does it. Yeah.
There's no muscle.
But he does look
definition.
He looks like he's
up here.
Yeah.
He's like he's healthy, but hips down. My dad looks like a stick figure because when you're laying on your back for 2 years, you lose your muscle definition and all that stuff. So it's very sad to see that. But I'm going to see my dad hopefully this week as well.
Okay, good.
Theron always sees him more because he works near the
Yeah.
hospital, hospice care. But I just want to say thank you guys for all of your prayers. Dad is still with us, as we know at this time. And we really appreciate your support because it really rings true. Prayers do work. They really do work. Something in the vibe, something in the air, the universe, something is making me better and stronger, Theron stronger, to deal with this potential loss. And we just want to say thank you for that. So, and thank you because you know you're one of my go-tos as well
Of
when
course.
I'm hurting.
Yeah.
Devin has been a really good friend in more ways than one. And so I just want to say thank you for that
You're
as
welcome.
well.
You're
Ooh.
welcome. Yeah.
So I will keep you guys abreast on Dad's progress, or, you know, whatever. So Simeon will be right back. Thank you. So we are in December. This is the last month of the year. This is the holiday season. You asked me what my favorite holiday song is.
Yes.
I don't have like the favorite holiday song, but I love it because it's just a beautiful song. Beautiful song. It's Do You Hear What I Hear?
So beautiful.
It's a beautiful song.
It's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Second favorite.
What's your favorite
Mine
song?
is, my first is O Holy Night.
Oh,
And there's like a
night.
litany of people that sing it, of course,
Yes,
obviously.
there is.
But I think Celine Dion is my favorite version.
Of that song, Oh
Yeah.
Holy Night?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to listen to it.
I'll listen to
You
it.
might throw a tear.
Oh, I
It's
will.
so beautiful.
And
yeah.
she's just soulful in it.
So
She's
great.
not doing well, by the way.
I
She's
know.
sick.
Bless her heart. Yeah.
Do you know what
I don't know what's the matter with her. She doesn't look good.
Mm.
No. But Mariah, on break, we were talking about Mariah. I do love that song a lot.
You do love
I don't
that
want
song.
a lot for I don't want a lot for Christmas or whatever.
Mhm.
But the money that she must make on that every December, she's just like,
They said it was.
thank you.
I think she makes almost $300 million a year on that song alone.
On that song
the
alone.
downloads and the streaming and the marketing and the branding on that song. She makes just that song alone is $300 million.
That she wrote in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That was what I read in an article that was a couple years ago. But the branding, I mean, the minute Halloween is over, she's all,
It's seriously.
it's time! She screams, not Thanksgiving. It's
right.
literally after Halloween.
Halloween.
She screams, it's time! And that's her brand.
I love my
She's
holiday
becoming.
music.
I don't. She's always been
She's
R&B
like the Christmas
and
queen,
contemporary.
right?
She's the Christmas queen.
Yeah.
She's been donned, and I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about it
I'm
either.
not a big fan of Mariah Carey.
Right.
My friends love her, but
Too.
I
do love her.
you love Mariah Carey.
Too. I must. I mean,
I don't hate her. I just like. For me, I just think she's so bourgeois.
oh,
and
she
so,
is. I mean, that's
there's
sort of
a-
her thing, though,
There's a
right?
thing about being. You could be bourgeois elitist and have like a wink to it.
Yeah.
But
There's no wink.
There's
You
no
think
wink.
there's
She's
just
seriously bougie.
Yeah, that's that.
And
that's
I
it.
just like, girl, calm down.
Calm down, girl.
Calm down. We know you're rich, but have a little bit of humbleness.
Give me a second.
A little bit of
Mhm.
bite some
Give
of
me
that
a sec.
humble apple pie.
That's right.
With the what you said.
Oh, yes.
The pieces.
You're gonna be loving that. You're gonna try it too. Are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna try it. I just gotta get a visualization of what you do, and then put it in either little cake pans or ramekins or something like that.
Yeah. So
a good idea.
the takeaway is like you take the pie, flip it upside down into a bowl. Okay. Take it, flip it into a bowl. There's no symmetry to this at all.
We're going back into the dessert.
Yeah. We're leaving you with dessert. So there's no symmetry. You take the pie, flip it into a bowl, and just get your spoon out and just start whipping it
Just
up.
chop it up.
Into chunks. Yeah. And then you scoop that out and put it in the bowls. Or the little cups.
Maybe I'll make it really cute with some ramekins.
Absolutely can. Yeah.
And some whipped cream or
Yeah,
ice cream on it.
totally,
Theron
100%.
loves apple pie with ice cream, so he'll be all about it.
I can't wait to
But-
eat myself into a
Right.
coma.
Everybody's going to eat themselves. And you know what? Happy holidays.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy whatever you guys this year. I'm not a big Christmas person, but I do enjoy the relevance of it. I do enjoy people having a good time. And, just happy. Have a happy time. And Happy New Year.
And New Year. And be safe.
Just be safe,
safe.
this year. No
Make
drug
smart
driving.
choices,
Please
right?
make smart
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of smart choices, I'm not going to say their names. And this one of the friends I saw, but totally off the cuff. I'm going off the cuff right now. Have you ever done mushrooms?
No.
Have you ever done microdosing?
No.
Did you know it makes you sweat?
No.
So I saw my friends this week, two of them, and they were doing mushrooms,
Oh my
and
god.
they were just drenched in sweat.
I mean,
And apparently that what we're so off the cuff right now. Sorry, but I didn't know mushrooms make you sweat.
I did not
Did
either.
you know that, Simeon?
No. No.
Microdosing the mushrooms, you eat the mushrooms, and the psychedelic mushrooms,
Yeah.
and they make you sweat. And they
I,
were drenched like they did a 10K. I'm like, that's
no.
not for me.
That's not for me. Never will do that.
No.
I had a cousin that, and R.I.P. He passed away a while ago. But when he was a kid, and this happened before I was even born. He's older. He ate a mushroom, like just a regular
Out of the ground?
Yeah, out of the
Okay.
ground mushroom. I don't know, but he almost died.
Yeah, those
from
are poisonous if you
Yeah,
don't know what you're eating.
almost died from it. So like in my
Ooh.
head, like when my friends were going through their things in their drug phases in their 20s, and they would do mushrooms, I'm like, no, thank you. No thanks. I'm
Well,
never
right
doing
now they're trying to pass that along like
that.
marijuana.
Microdosing.
They're trying to make that a legal drug because it's been helping people with depression, anxiety
Okay.
more than pot.
Well, I
And
ain't judging,
so-
but I'm not all about being a sweaty mess.
I'm not. When I saw them,
No.
they did not look good.
No.
And yeah, we just did some mushrooms, and apparently the high is like 6 or 7 hours.
Can you function? Like, were you at
Hell
like
no.
an event? And
What
they
am
were...
I gonna? Yeah, you're at an event and you're
No,
high like
I
that for
haven't- no.
6 hours.
No. That guy that was just convicted or
From the plane.
from the plane. He had done that and was trying to crash the plane.
Trying to crash the plane.
No, thank you.
I don't know about the microdosing. Maybe we need to do more research on
Not
it.
for me.
But if it helps depression, it might be the new wave of.
So does exercise. So
So does
try
wine.
that.
So does a glass of Malbec. in my
Sure does.
opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's our opinion on that. But anyways, totally off the tangent. That's why I love having Devin on the show because we could just talk like we don't even have the cameras in front of us. This is how we
true.
talk in real life.
It's true. It's the
But
truth.
thank you for being
Yes.
an amazing host
I
these
think-
last 3 episodes and the regurgitation, the resurgence of the show. I really appreciate you, and
You're
you're a busy
welcome.
man, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate your time. Simeon is our crew member, and thank you, Simeon, for being our BTS, our photographer and videographer. So I really appreciate your time. Simeon's coming all the way from the IE to Los Angeles, so he has to make a trek out here. So we really appreciate you
Thank
and
you,
your hard
Simeon.
work, Simeon. We really do.
You said the other day on text to me, you said you met a fan of the show. Tell me about that.
Oh my
real quick
God,
before we
that's
go.
right. So I'm working in Lancaster of all places.
Okay.
And one of my clients, we were just talking about podcasts,
Uh-huh.
and I said, yeah, I have a podcast called A Broadcast. She's like, you do? She's like, wait a minute. She goes on her phone on the iTunes podcast. I listen to your podcast. I'm like,
Stop it.
shut up. I didn't even tell her I had a podcast until then.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I'm following you on A Broadcast podcast. I'm like,
There you go.
lovely. We actually have over 10,000 listeners worldwide. So thank you guys for being amazing listeners and followers of the show. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We're on TikTok, Queen ShanShan 1 on TikTok. Instagram is A Broad Podcast. And then my other Instagram is Queen ShanShan. And what's your Instagram, Devin?
It's Devin Devlin.
Devin Devlin.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Devin Devlin?
No.
It's Devin Devlin. Okay. So follow us both. Support us if you can. Give us ideas for new shows in the future that we're going to be starting 2024. New topics. I got that fly too in here. And
in here.
again, I just wholeheartedly thanks, period, for all the support you guys have given us. We really appreciate this. We do this on our free time, whatever free time we can. And we're going to get more content, and just amazing more opportunities for next year.
You gotta thank your bag too.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Kate Spade, for your
Kate Spade, we always need a
Leopard
sponsorship,
cheetah
Kate Spade.
bag. I love that bag.
Beautiful bag. I might get the elephants one. These are the leopards or cheetahs?
They're
Do you think
cheetah-
they're leopards or
I-
cheetahs?
I don't know what has a white belly. Does I thought the cheetah had
What
the
do you
white
think,
belly, but I
Simeon?
don't know.
You think it's a cheetah? So they have the 2 elephants too. They're gorgeous. Don't maybe go back there today and get them.
Oh,
I don't need another
okay.
bag. Anyways, thank you again. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you soon in 2024.
Looking forward to it.
Great show today.
Yeah, great show. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And as always, thank you for listening to Abroad.